ma bụ na okwelekere mbụ nke efifie ma bụrụkwazị ask the commissioner ị ga-echezi ntị na nke tata ọ ga-amagbu onwe ya abụ m onye Kachukwu Ugochukwu.
And I am Priska Wankwa, and this is our welcome you to Ask the Commissioner today. And Ask the Commissioner today, we're going to be focusing on the 3rd anniversary, Soludo's 20 most outstanding achievements in 3 years. Well, it's no longer news that the governor will be marking 3 years in office on the 17th of March, and that is going to be on Monday. So we are here to discuss the landmark achievements of the governor. How far and how well. Makanasana ekene dikina nkume wiki emozo. And of course, we are not alone. We have a special guest, and this is his program. And today he's featuring as a special guest, and he's the one on the hot seat. It's a privilege to welcome High Chief Dr. Lome for Commissioner for Information. Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Priska, and I thank you for welcoming me and in the Anambra. I welcome all of you to this special episode, right?
Yeah.
Of our program, Ask the Commissioner. Especially in the sense that we are trying to do an assessment of the scorecard of the Solution Governor, Professor Chukwuma Charles Soludo, CFR. He will be 3 years in office on, I think, Sunday, the 17th of March.
That's Monday.
Monday, 17th of March, 2025. Many think that he has been in office perhaps for a longer time, going by the quality and quantity of work he has done. And when we are constrained to discussing or assessing him based on only 20 most outstanding achievements, this should not be confused to be as the only things he has done. No. I'm aware that the governor has made a mark in over 200 areas in terms of projects, in terms of programs, in terms of policies, and of course we will try to identify as many as we can. If we can go beyond 20, God being our helper, we'll be glad, because there is so much to really talk about.
Indeed.
If you want to see, know the kind of a difficulty in selecting a 20 most outstanding achievements of Professor Soludo, you think of a blind man and the elephant. It depends on the part of the elephant they touch. I remember there is a fable, a legend like that. Some blind men, those who touched the leg, say that the elephant is like a tree. Those who touched the tusk said, maybe the elephant is a trumpet. And like I said, depending on the side. So our interrogation today will suffer the same limitation, because it will depend on things we consider most important. And what we consider most important may not be what you listening and watching may consider most important. But we have to start somewhere. Yeah, and by non I am Ababi also. Like guys when you
Manage.
also no ọbụla ma ileba anụ ma kwụrụ oke n'ọnụ onye taa nke ya ata onwe na-egosi taa gị ili ego ọdịnwa ọgwụ ịba sị na ndị ya abịa meanwhile ileba anụ ọbụla ilu bụla okwu tata I bido the celebration of Governor Soludo's stay in office 3 years, and of course with time you'll be able to contribute and tell us how you feel also.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, we are talking about the third anniversary of the Governor Soludo's 20 most outstanding achievements in 3 years. And we'd like to start this way. I think it's pertinent for us to start from your office, which is the Ministry of Information.
Yeah.
Now, because they say that information is power, and if
Yes,
you
it
think
is.
information is not important, well, try ignorance and see.
Yes.
All right, so we'd like to evaluate the progress that has been made by the Soludo administration over the past 3 years, particularly in the area of information dissemination and public engagement. Because if the governor does all these things and the people are not aware, then you know that the wrong narrative will keep being pushed. So
Yes.
let's rate Governor Soludo in terms of information dissemination. Where would we place him?
Yes, I think he is doing well where it comes to information, reputation, and the perception management. And I don't know about the past, but as today, more and more of the Soludo's achievements are out there. They are out there in the public space, and people are assessing him based on things they have seen. And we have of late undertaken series of projectors with different groups, and each group tour is well celebrated in the media. People can see, and those who are doing the tours are doing the assessments of the Soludo administration based on what they have seen on the ground. That is one. If it comes to the Ministry of Information itself, there are many things we have put on ground, some structures, some programs. This is one. This Ask the Commissioner is essentially a program of the Ministry of Information, the Commissioner for Information, and that is why you often tell the people that I happen to be the owner of this particular one. And of course, we have, for the print, we have a bulletin that has been on for the past 6 months plus, and it is called the Solution Bulletin, weekly bulletin. And each week we pick on a particular MDA, and they analyze what they have done, and they push it out specifically for external communication. And we are strong on the social media, and we have up to 10 social media units that are out there doing a battle, trying to get the people to understand what is going on in Anambra, and they're correcting wrong narratives. And beyond that also, we engage in collaboration with a number of agencies, internal and external. There is an ongoing process now that is undertaken by the Ministry of Information, the Ministry of Budget and Economic Planning, and the ICT agency of the state. We call it Solution Lens, and it is one bus stop where you can see everything you want to know about Anambra state government and the achievements of Professor Soludo. Very fundamental. And next week we have a program in conjunction with an NGO and UNICEF. It's on sensitization. It's another media engagement. So many things we have done and we are doing. And I can go on, but I don't want to take too much time on my ministry,
yes,
because we have so much ground to cover.
Okay.
Ọ dị mma, achọrọ m ịbịa n'akụkụ nke ọzọ maka na dịka anyị na-ekwu okwu maka ya bụ anniversary 3 years bụ nke gọvanọ anyị na-megoro na ọkwa ọrụ ya. Achọrọ m ka m malụ kedu ife na-abụkarị, kedu ife bụkarịrị iche aka mgbu na-enwe n'ịkwalite ọrụ dị iche bụ nke gọọmenti steeti a na-alụ. Kedu mbọ ịgbagolo iji wefu na nsogbu ndị iche aka mgba ndị a na-egbori ya?
ọlụọma gọvanọ na-alụ ọ bụrụ na ndị ọ na-alụ ole ya aghọtarị ya ma ọ na afụrụ ya ọ bụrụ ihe ndị oyibo na-akpọ winking at a lady in the dark. You don't know that you are winking. We are mbọ anyị na-agba, yes, mbọ anyị na-agba program anyị na-eme one of it, and all the on via the ABS for the past 6 months. And all of our end also, apart from program,
okay.
All of our end also, an online newspaper is a bulletin where we write the activities of the government and push out to the public, and so many other things. I and the other ministries, not my government, Monday and my government, that was in Nigeria, and the Ministry of Information with programs I make all very now to education it will be Professor Soludo, my government here, onye ọbụla ntị onye nwere elu ya atụ onye nwere ajụjụ ya ajụ maka ọnọnụka atụ elu ọnụ bụ onye aghụghọ. And ife anyị na-eme bụ democracy bụ ndọrọ ndọrọ ọchịchị ya na ọchịchị onye kwuo ibie kwuo uche okwu ya na ọya agbata oji dị mkpa na ife ọbụla ị na-eme n'ihi ewepụta ya ka ndị na-eme elie mmadụ. Ọ bụrụ na ime na-emetụ ya ọfụma a na-akụwa gị aka ka Priska si ikwu na eto dike na nke ome ọzọ ọ bịa hụ na onwe ndị gọọmenti ada emetụ ọfụma ọ go through this interaction ka anyị na-ekwukọsị na nke a na si mekwa ya etu a ka ọ makarịa. A na-akparịta ụbụbọ ọnụ na ọ na-abịa na-eme gọọmenti and governance ọ dị mma yie ife ọ dịka ọ yara agodo n'etu a ebe anyị na-agatere aka.
Ọ dị mma. Ebe ọzọ nchọkwa ka anyị na-ebe anya bụ dịka ọchịchị gọvanọ Chukwuma Soludo na-abanye n'afọ nke 4 na ọchịchị ya ịtọ ka nọ mana oke ka ministries wee tinye okeve na atụmatụ nchekwa nke steeti ya bụ Anambra n'ebe o metala collaboration n'etiti town union na other stakeholders.
Anyị na ndị town unions na-alụkọ ọ dịbụzi etu ahụ ịma na enwe ministry a na-akpọ Ministry of Local Government, Communities and Chieftaincy Affairs.
Yes.
Headed by my brother Commissioner Collins. He has been performing an excellent oversight function on the town unions. And the way we work is, the local government administration enjoys a measure of autonomy as of now.
Yes.
So what the ministry does is an oversight, and of course there are areas of collaboration as agreed with them. And what the ministry has done is to ensure that there will be peace and harmony. There are many states in Anambra State. There are many communities in Anambra State that are crisis-ridden. So you can see the responsibility is to ensure that such a conflicts are resolved. Very important. He's doing that excellently. And now the coming of the new law, Anambra State Security Homeland Security Law 2025 has given the town unions given an additional responsibility, because the coming of Agunechemba means that there is restructuring. So it goes beyond the changing of the name of Anambra Vigilante Group to Agunechemba. We also created new structures for it. Agunechemba now operates on 3 levels: at state level, local government, and at community level. And so specifically, for the question you answered, there is now a lawful prescription that says that there must be collaboration between the communities and the state and the local governments when it comes to security operations. So in each community now, is created 2 committees. One is called the Management and Finance Committee, of which Bigwe is a patron. The members are drawn from the well-to-do in the community, and they are given the legal powers to choose from amongst themselves who should be their chairman and their secretary. There is a second committee, the operational committee. The operational committee, the law, the Anambra State Homeland Security Law 2025, directly named the President General as the chairman of the operations committee. So you can see that in each community now, there is job that must be done, particularly where it has to do with security. It has to be done in conjunction with the local government, and then the state. And these are the 3 layers. These are some examples of the kind of a collaboration that goes on between the state government and the local government, and then, of course, the communities.
Okay. All right. Just want to remind everyone that this is still the program Ask the Commissioner, and our focal point of discussion on today's program is 3rd anniversary, Soludo's most outstanding achievements in 3 years. Soludo's most outstanding achievements in 3 years. All right, Mr. Commissioner, sir. Now, every government comes into power and they leave, and when people talk about them, they talk about them for something. For instance, the Senate President, when he was the governor of Akwa Ibom, he built the Godswill Akpabio Stadium. And now when people talk about him, they will refer they will talk about him based on the stadium he built. Here in Anambra State, the former governor built the airports and the International Convention Center. Now, Governor Soludo is here. Could we talk about some of these legacy projects that the governor has got going and what impacts it's going to have for the Anambra long after he must have left office?
Yeah, thank you for that question. I've been struggling in my mind on things to really identify as the key achievements of Professor Chukwuma Soludo as governor of Anambra State.
That's plenty.
You know, almost everything that he has done since he came in as governor, it's a legacy. It's a legacy project. And let's start with maybe urban regeneration or urban renewal. If you knew Okoko before Soludo came in, and what Okoko is today, it's a story of from slum to heaven. That's a fact. Okoko, I'm not sure you can even get a house there now because it's so exclusive. And
that was the first place I saw a pig.
Yes, and do you know that Okoko is in Obaru local government area, and that Soludo lost Obaru in his election, and yet he started his governorship projects in Okoko. And today, Okoko, a place inhabited by up to 500,000 people, without any form of social amenities, is now bustling with activities, social amenities. You have a general hospital Okoko now, functional. You have, that's a fact. These are things you can check out. You have a general hospital. Their schools are refurbished. You have at least 10 roads constructed in and around Okoko as we speak. Onitsha generally is revitalized, seriously. Then you go to another place you can see urban regeneration signature of Professor Soludo should be in a place like Ekulobia. there is this a dual carriageway from Amobia, that traverses Ekulobia to Oga, then to our boundary with Imo State. Almost completed, but a legacy project you find there will be the Ekulobia flyover and the other things around it, like the modern park, the modern markets, and so on and so forth. That's an example of a legacy project. Anambra never had anything like that. I talked about dualization. Apart from the 2 to 3 kilometers of road that was dualized before the coming of Soludo, you can't find dual carriageway in Anambra anywhere. In Soludo, that is bringing on 3 different dual carriageways. The one I have mentioned, the one that will proceed from Nwagu, Agolo through Nobi to Newi, and then the one that comes through the back from Ekusigo to Ozobolo and down, connecting our boundary with Imo State again. So you can see that when it comes to road infrastructure, it's a total revolution. That's another legacy project. Then you come to Awka as a state capital. Awka has always been a glorified village, nothing to really write home about, until the coming of Soludo. And the number of roads, constructed and reconstructed in Awka, numbering well over 20. I'm sure you have the records. But I think that there are 2 most iconic structures that nobody can miss if you enter Awka. One is the Solution Front City, the biggest in Africa, in West Africa at least. I don't know about South Africa and so on and so forth, but at least in South Africa, this should be the biggest. And it's a legacy project, and it's almost ready for use. Then, since Anambra State was created in 1991, that is some 34 years ago, we never had a government house and a governor's lodge. Many may not know where we used to be as government house was actually a construction boot camp by a construction company that built Enugu to Onitsha expressway. They used that place. So when they left, the government then refurbished and modified the place and turned it into a makeshift government house. And of course, the governor's lodge is still in another town. The governor's lodge is not in Awka. The governor's lodge is in Amobia, as we speak. So Professor Soludo is probably the only governor that goes to work from another town to the state capital. Because if Awka is state capital, you easily cannot say that Amobia is Awka. So he has to go to work from Amobia and return to Amobia, and all this have changed now because in fact, the government is at the verge of relocating to a brand new governor's lodge. An attempt to build it was even started by, I think, Okwadike, Dr. Chukwuma Charles of blessed memory. And the project was abandoned. So Soludo picked it up, and they will pack into that place any moment from now, because I'm aware that furnishing has started in the place, and if you are building a house and it has reached a furnishing level, it means that you have actually concluded. And you can see, then you come to because you are talking about legacy projects and the impact. If Soludo leaves the office, what would be the impact in years to come? Look at the policy like free education, which he didn't actually promise in his People's Manifesto. He never promised a free education. He brought that on. I kept saying that Soludo has gone even beyond his own manifesto to bring in so many things he saw on ground that were necessary. So he had to modify his manifesto to bring such things on. The free education goes from primary through junior secondary to the entire secondary school. All the public schools in Anambra State is a major legacy. Because the last I heard of free education in Anambra and in the Southeast should be early 70s. Early 70s during the years of Abiasika as sole administrator. But now we have free education again in Anambra State, and it means that the children of the poor, of the widows, of the widowers, of the less privileged, now have access to quality education. So, it's something that will yield up now and in the future what you may call a break in generational poverty transfer. Because if government is able to train the citizens of the state up to secondary school, they can take it from there, take up the rest of the challenge from there. And that's a major legacy. And of course, if you come to health, you will see legacy there also. The legacy you will see in health, apart from the fact that Soludo built 5 brand new general hospitals in Anambra North Senatorial District. All the 5 are in Anambra North Senatorial District. All the 326 wards, their primary health centers are refurbished and re-equipped. And don't forget, when Soludo came in, the first thing he did was to employ 1,000 health professionals. 1,000. When I say health professionals, I mean medical doctors, nurses, laboratory scientists, and so on and so forth. He employed them to ensure that there is no health center that does not have access to a doctor and a nurse and others. And of course, to ensure that whatever deficit that is suffered in terms of manpower shortages, if it still exists, there is another process now that we call telemedicine. It means what you may call consultancy by doctors. When you consult a doctor, you sit with the doctor face to face, and he checks your vitals and so on and so forth, and then prescribes drugs or whatever curative he thinks is appropriate. Now, the telemedicine is making that possible for you to have access to a doctor that may be anywhere in Anambra State through the internet, through the TV, the prompters and things like that. You and the doctor can converse, and the nurse that is on ground can take your vitals and tell the doctor, and the same prescription that you would get if you were sitting in the same room with the doctor is what you would get. This is another legacy intervention. And do you know, of course, that as of December 2024, that over 82,000 women has benefited from Soludo's free antenatal, free delivery, up to, the free delivery includes even Cesarean operations, up to 82,000. That was as at December 2024. So you can be sure that the figure now it should be approaching 100,000 women that have taken advantage of Soludo's free antenatal, free delivery policy. And we are also aware that even those who are not from Anambra State but have relations in Anambra State and are pregnant in neighboring states come to stay with their relations here to deliver. Because they know they will deliver free of charge, and we don't discriminate. As long as you are in Anambra and you are pregnant, it's Soludo's responsibility. I can go on and on and on. And, so when you want to look at what you call legacies, you are talking about things that are changing the life of the Anambra, and if sustained, even when Soludo is no more in government, will continue to change the life of the Anambra for the better. Another one of such policies is the one youth, two scales. You know, up to, as we speak now, over 13,000 persons have been trained, right, in vocations ranging from farming to ICT, and they are not only trained, they are also empowered, they are mentored. Because the one youth, two skills, which covers up to 40 vocations and skills, you pick one or two and master it, and after that, you are taught the business aspect of it. You know, so apart from teaching you the skill, the one youth, two skills will also teach you how to manage that skill as a business. And after that, you will be given money to implement that which you have learned. And over 13,000 so far, and another batch of 20,000 are already being shortlisted, covering the 326 wards in Anambra State. So if you are interested and you are not part of it and you're hearing my voice, please be ready to join the next batch. There is also, apart from this, you have the place we call the Solution Innovation District, SEED. What do we do there? We are teaching digital skills, IT, right? And over 30,000 have graduated from the Solution Innovation District. They have been taught digital skills. They are so upskilled to the point that they are not only useful to us here in Anambra, they are also employable abroad. Many of them, I'm aware, have actually gotten jobs in places like Google, Microsoft, and so on. You know, digital work, IT work jobs, many of them are actually they are actually remote jobs. It means you can do those jobs from anywhere in the world. We are producing these people, and of course, the real deal has just been launched, because we launched what we call the digital tribe scheme. It means that the Solution Innovation District has been given the mandate to produce 1 million persons in Anambra that are digitally skilled, IT skilled. So it's not just the first batch of 30,000 that has been graduated. We are already working on the 1 million digital tribe that will inhabit the future. Why is this so? Professor Soludo believes that, yes, we are good in commerce, trade and commerce, but Soludo also believes that the actual future of Anambra State will be innovation and technology. And that is why he is intentionally, deliberately producing these digitally skilled youths that will inhabit the future of Anambra and be also able to help the world. There is also a scheme that we have introduced around the same IT infrastructure. We have now brought in the idea of the Silicon, Anambra as the Silicon Valley of Africa. And it has to do with fiscal structure. The present government house of Anambra State, once we vacate and move into the new government house, the present government house, the entire space will be bequeathed to the Solution Innovation District. And the first structure is already springing up. And to ensure inclusivity and ensure that every part of Anambra is part of this digital infrastructure, that we have access to the internet, the dream of Soludo, don't forget, is to make Anambra one smart megacity. A megacity is a city that is smart in the sense that everything you do can be connected or done based on the internet, based on digital technologies and so on and so forth. And to ensure this, as we speak, 2,000 miles in Anambra, 2,000 kilometers in Anambra is already being connected with what we call digital ducts. These ducts will bring internet closer to the people. The rural areas are now being connected to join up with the urban centers via the digital ducts. What that means is that from every part of Anambra now, once these ducts are fully connected, you can now connect your homes, your businesses, and your industries to the internet provision that is centrally made available by the government. In fact, this process is already going on because all the government offices in Anambra now, you now have access to the internet free of charge. It's not extending to schools, it's extending to hospitals, because why it has to be extended to hospitals is because of the telemedicine. What that means is that all our hospitals now are smart hospitals because of telemedicine. I'm aware that some of the equipment required for this, some of them were actually distributed less than 1 month ago. So the communities community health centers that haven't gotten this equipment will get very soon because procurements have already been made. Where do I start? Where do I stop? Everything is legacy. Everything Soludo has done is legacy project. I don't know where to start and where to stop.
Started, but I stop here for a bit because other people also want to lend their voice to the conversations this afternoon on the achievements of Governor Soludo as he marks 3 years on the 17th of March, which is Monday. All right, so still here with the Commissioner for Information, High Chief Dr. Lome, for he has been highlighting, Anambra Beach and Lagos na Abuja. Governor Soludo name. But at this time, we'd like to welcome contributions or questions, as the case may be, from the listening public. If you have questions or you have something to say with regards to the focal points of discussion this afternoon, well, feel free to call 0904 956 0826 0904 956 0826.
Mobile 0706 538 1320 0706 538 1320.
All right, and you can also join the conversation on Facebook as well. Hello. Hello. All right.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
My Ever Commissioner, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Voice of Honorable Martin.
No. Ganiru.
This is my Commissioner, I cannot thank you enough. All Anambra State, all the region. I'm going to talk your Commissioner.
Yes.
I'd like to talk about weekly magazine. I've been a good pillar of Soludo government. I'd like to have a copy of that weekly magazine. And how do I take it? Thank you very much.
Yeah, I will collect your WhatsApp number and be sending you software copies. I will collect your number from them.
Hello.
Okay.
Hello.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Hello. Good afternoon.
Hello.
We can hear you. Go on.
Hello.
We can hear you.
All right.
Hello.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Hi, Chief Lord Mefo.
Yeah, my brother.
No, Ganiru.
Because SID and this is Solution Innovation District. I get a money waking idea of this. They can make it the highest equipment to get info.
Yeah, there is a portal. Once they are ready, the portal will be made public. and it will be announced here on ABS. And if I get your number also, I will reach you.
Okay.
So this. All right, go.
Hello. Mbaiga what net radio? I can't put in a month.
Hello.
What net radio?
Hello.
Hello?
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Go ahead,
Madam Success Nako.
Madam Success. Kebi Sabani.
Hello?
Madam,
we can hear you. Go on.
Okay, because I'm trying to net commissioner. Commissioner, good afternoon, sir.
Afternoon, Kekime.
I do what can it
Hello?
side.
Kekime.
Okay, because I'm trying to name a solution, Soludo. Maka ihe ọ na-eme na Anambra State, most especially ndị oke ite n'ụwa ọchịchara anyị. So na-ekene Chineke n'isi ya. Si ọ bụ na ọ pụtakwa ọzọ na anyị ga-atinyekwa eri ya. So biko na ihe m chọrọ ka ihe ọ dị. Mana m na n'olu m ọfụma.
Yes, ma'am.
Loud and clear.
Okay. Biko onwe mmadụ na-akpọ na-abịa na ABS akụzi ihe ụmụ mama ịghọta ma ihe ụmụ ọgbanje. Onwe nke na-akụzi by 11 o'clock every Saturday. Na-enwebe nke na-akụzi nke every Thursday ebe 8. Ọ dịka nke ahụ ọ sị na-apị ahụ ife ọma mete. Kọmishọna biko ihe ọ dị biko ka unu tinyeke n'anya na nkụzi a ndị a na-akụzi. Dị akwanụ mma bikọs ụmụ nkụzi niile a na-akọrọ ọpụ awa youth. Only now I use and I got to about more and more into people. Because when you let I am to this, we can hence a guy young.
Okay.
On a neighbor of government, I may so put down a go to the now, maybe.
Okay.
But you make a considerable
Muna MDABS. I check program in Eku. Can I look at the content, so you know?
Yes.
We'll deal with it, I promise you.
Okay. Hello.
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 No.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, no.
Education. Education from attack to student economic school. Mana I'm up to now. Anambra. Other one did not go up the second one. Come on, do not go. The more as you go, to have the I don't have my own, only my church in Alabama. I happy and I don't have more doing all at all.
Because,
even on the ministry education, she organized the thank you.
Now, because, man, I need information on onye kanana ụgwọ na public school na Anambra State. Yana governor Nwoku. Huh?
Yeah.
So, I will get your number. I need the information. The person is playing with his or her job. This is a clear policy. There should be no charge to any child in Anambra State public school from primary school to senior secondary school. That's the policy. Because government is paying, you know, you need to understand the kind of free education that the governor has introduced. The governor is paying for these pupils and students. Government is paying for them. Do you understand that? It means that the money that the parents should have paid is now being paid by government into the school system. So they cannot collect money from government and still go to collect money from the pupils and students. That is criminal. Please, we need more information on this. I need information. Then I will take it up with my sister commissioner of education, and we put a stop to it. Okay. Governor will not be happy to hear this.
Okay.
Because he wants every child to be taken along. Every child in Anambra State must go to school. It's free now. It means that education, basic education in Anambra is now compulsory. You must go to school. And very soon we'll face enforcement of the pupils and students of school-going age that are not in classrooms. Yes, because we still see some pockets of these young ones that should be in school not going to school, despite the fact that education now is free. There is no further excuse or reason any child in Anambra State will not be in school. So we have to compel them to go to school, all of them. It's for their own future. It's for their own future. Education is the key to the future.
Okay. All right, we still have time for 2 more calls before we wind up. Someone else.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Can I find a name?
Person from Agunechemba.
Onyeke, Kafagi. Go on, be brief.
The Soludo and Anambra education and the main thing you all in Anambra will keep the union on and make an apostle one day after the soil and 3 years later. That man on a bed may celebrate you.
Thank you very much. Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Hello.
Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, my brother.
Honorable.
Hello, sir. No, Hello, my brother. One day I hope no
Honorable Commissioner,
hello, my brother.
By 1 o'clock, and you will not do.
One day you walk away and at an Easter, you will quickly just to an airport, but all week I am as usual better. Who's always in Eculo Bianano?
Last week.
I
had to call my cousins.
Let me say something about one major legacy project of Soludo. Let me tell you, for me, the most important legacy project of Soludo is his fight against idolatry and witchcraft.
And noise pollution.
Do you understand that? For me, it's the most important. You see all these evil native doctors, fake pastors, fake churches, fake native doctors and all that. Also. This also must be sustained. I saw a press release by the new CP of police, Urutugo.
Yes.
He issued a statement congratulating the Anambra. Now 1 month agago na anoro tata anywhere. That's a big one. And they to acquire the Gaba. And I adjure you by fire by force.
Yes.
Soludo is determined to impose peace
and security in Anambra State. Now, Operation Udo Ga-Achi is real. They are working fantastically well. Yes, a few breaches here and there, but why are the same one? Agunechemba has come to stay. All we are pleading with in the Anambra is if you see something, say something, call 5111, 5111, and we will do something. Look, always this we advert called Kevin Mapodiabo. I say, maybe say Ike, man, what if on goodbye, you know. Anytime I hear that, I will start laughing. But it's very serious. Look, all one man say man if on a low doroganya or 5111. Kaije malo a big go nuance. What you want to kite, Bayama. I had to resort kite in Anambra. This is a fun I'll go Muibubo. Then I'll go Udo Ga-Achi, Arabaka, if you need now, Modeshi. They are all banned by the new law, by the new Anambra State Homeland Security Law 2025. We are relying on you, on all of you in the Anambra. Anambra again. Soludo loves you all.
Okay, thank you very much. And this is how we call it today. On Ask the Commissioner for today, we'd like to thank the Honorable Commissioner for Information, High Chief Dr. Lomefo, for coming for the program today. Thank you, Commissioner.
Wow. Thank you. The pleasure is always mine. Let us do it again. You see, we couldn't 20. I don't know whether we couldn't do it.
Even more. We're not counting. We aren't counting actually.
Yeah, so we'll do it again.
Yes,
we'll keep discussing the Soludo achievements until we exhaust them and getting the Anambra to know what they are and get them to appreciate. And then, of course, no vacancy. Yes,
it should be. All right, Ask the Commissioner makes a return next week Thursday at this time. I am Priska.